This is a short introduction to conditional statements in Python. Most of my work as a programmer deals with making decisions, or more appropriately, communicating how a computer should make decisions. The way in which I do that is to use conditional statements. A conditional statement is simply a statement that asks a question and expects a Boolean answer. So what do I mean by that? So I'm going to say conditional asks a question and expects a Boolean answer. So a question is anything you need to ask to the computer. Did the user input B or did the user input D? Whether a calculation is greater than a number or less than a number. So what I can do when I want to tell Python that I am in fact asking a question is there are certain keywords. So we're going to start with a single question, and the single question is always going to start with an if. If is a keyword in Python, and it tells Python that I am about to ask it a question. And the question can be anything. So let me put a little bit of a variable here, and my variable is just going to be my var, and my var is going to be 10. And I'm going to say if my var is greater than 10, actually is greater than or equal to 10, print my var. Okay? So this is very simple and very quick. So the question I'm asking here is the value of the variable myvar greater than or equal to 10? Well, the answer to this, just by looking at my code, is yes. And in Python, if the answer is yes, then it's true. Otherwise, it's false. Conversely, I can say if the answer is no, then it's false. Otherwise, it's true. So in this case, my answer is yes. So what will happen? What will happen is that the line directly below the if will execute. Now you'll notice here that I have tabbed in under the if statement. And that is because Python is a space delimited language. So it says, Python directs us that we have to tab in one indent for it to know that this is what's supposed to happen on the next line. So now let's for a moment just run this code. So if I run current, I get 10 right here. It printed out 10 because the answer to this was yes. However, if I didn't tab in and I just had print all the way to the left, what would happen? What would happen is that I get an error message. It says, in this file, conditions.py, line 7, print myvar. Indentation error. The indentation error says that Python was expecting an indent and I didn't give it an indent. So I have to give this an indent, and when I do that, and I go and run it, I no longer have that indentation error. So we know that this has evaluated to true, and we have got the indent correct. So what would happen if it evaluated to false? Well, let's say that I took out this equal sign and I said my var is greater than 10. So if I run the current code, nothing happens. I don't get a printout because Python said, hold on, this is not true. And if it's not true, I won't run any of the lines inside of the if statement. So that's what I have to know when I'm asking a question in Python. So this has been the first video for conditionals in Python.